Hello, and welcome to this first lecture on preventing bias and ensuring transparency in this course, data analysis and data analytics. So, in this section, we will help you get an in-depth view of preventing bias and ensuring transparency in your data outputs that you get. And particularly in this lecture, we will talk about how to use fair and unbiased algorithms in the decision making. So, using fair and unbiased algorithm basically helps you maintain ethical and responsible data use while preventing biases and ensuring transparency. So, how to use fair and unbiased algorithms in decision making? Any thoughts? So first, let's understand that algorithms play a crucial role in decision making across industries, but they can introduce biases, right? If not properly designed and monitored. So you need to design and monitor algorithms in a proper manner, taking care of the biases to make sure that they're turning out the right output to you. Now, how to ensure this fairness and transparency that we're talking about? Let us take a look at the steps that you can take. So, first thing would be to identify, mitigate the bias in the data itself, because the data can be a great source of biases. And to do that, you need to check for historical bias, where you need to ensure that the data sets that you're using for training algorithms, right, does not reflect past discrimination or unfair patterns. So it's very critical to use the right data set for the training algorithm. Then you need to balance data representation. You need to include diverse demographic groups to avoid underrepresentation to some community or some sections of your data set. And one of the things that you can do to mitigate bias in data is to use synthetic data when needed. And especially when real world data is skewed, you can use the synthetic data to balance it. So that's how you can identify and mitigate bias in data itself. So from the data sets itself, then you need to come to designing a fair algorithm. And you need to first find out where is the bias. So you need to which algorithms have a bias. So there are tools for bias detection. And these are like AI fairness tools like IBM AI Fairness 360, Google's What If tool, and FairLab to detect the bias. Then you need to choose the ethical models. So there you need to prefer interpretable models, right? Like decision trees over black box model when transparency is critical. Also, you can implement fairness constraints, right? As you see here, you can use fairness-aware machine learning techniques such as equalized odds or demographic parity to ensure parity in outcomes. So that's how you can design fair algorithms. Then you need to ensure transparency and explainability in the work that you're doing. So to do that, you can use explainable AI, you know, where you can implement techniques like SHAP, shapely additive explanations, and line local interpretable model agnostic explanations to show how models make decisions, right? And then you can need to document model decisions by maintaining records of how data is processed, model parameters, and decision rationals are decided. So make record of how data is processed, how the parameters are modeled, and what are the model parameters, and what decisions and why they were taken by the model. Then you can enable auditing and accountability where you allow external auditors, to review and validate AI-driven decisions. And that could be a great source of discovering how transparent or explainable your models are or are not. So that's what you can do. Then you continuously monitor and improve algorithms, obviously. You regularly audit performance, assess fairness metrics, and retrain models as needed. Have feedback loops where you allow users to report biases or incorrect decisions. And then you keep adapting to the changing trends by ensuring that the models remain fair and unbiased over time as societal trends evolve. So that's what we have in mind when we talk about continuous monitoring and improving algorithms. So let's summarize how to use fair and unbiased algorithms in decision making. So first, by implementing these four steps of identifying and mitigating data biases, designing fair algorithms, ensuring transparency and explainability of your models and their decisions, and continuously monitoring and improve algorithms, you as an organization can develop algorithms that are not only effective but also ethical, promoting fairness, trust, and compliance in decision-making process. So this is in summary of how you can ensure fairness and unbiased algorithms in decision making. So what do we do next? So having looked at how to use fair and unbiased algorithms in decision making, we will now look at in the last lecture how to be transparent about data sources and methodologies. So thank you so much for watching this lecture on preventing bias and ensuring data transparency. I hope you continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need.